From the University of Wisconsin Fieldhouse in Madison, it's the 73rd annual WIAA Boys State Basketball Championship. This sports exclusive is brought to you by Menards, Wisconsin's complete do-it-yourself discount home center. The Marshfield Clinic, an American center of good health since 1916. The men and women who produce dairy products homegrown in Wisconsin. Look for them in your supermarket. They're America's dairy best. Cenex Land O'Lakes and your local Wisconsin cooperatives handling quality Cenex Land O'Lakes products. The Rural Company. We'll be there for all your tomorrows. Good morning and welcome to Day 2 of the 73rd Annual WIAA Boys State High School Basketball Tournament. Hi, everyone. I'm Dwayne Mosley. Along with me, Larry Tranberg, the head basketball coach from Wausau East, and Jeff Lenson from WXOW-TV in La Crosse. They will handle the play-by-play and color commentary of Game 1, featuring an unbeaten team in Randolph and Hazel Green Southwestern at 20-6.
Should be an interesting matchup, Dwayne. Larry, these are two teams with very contrasting styles we're going to see this morning. Yeah, you'll see Randolph just likes to play a 94-foot game. They'd like to get the ball out in the break, and also they apply full-court pressure throughout the whole game. Very balanced scoring team. In fact, they're scoring over 80 points a game on the season. On the other hand, you have Southwest. Southwestern would like to keep the game in the 50s as possible, and key to them will be how Morgan plays today. Again, both teams have 2, 3, 4 players who can put the ball in the hoop. Balanced scoring both ways. Yeah, you can't really concentrate on one player out there. They both have very good balance, and it should be a good basketball game. Dwayne, I think they shut down both Southwestern and Randolph. Everybody here at the Fieldhouse, we've got a big crowd. Should be a good contest.
Over 1,400 tickets sold in Randolph alone. Gives an indication of the support they have here for this ball game this morning. The other Class C game will feature Bayfield against Greenwood. That will conclude our Class C semifinal session this morning. We'll be back with the starting lineups and the start of this morning's first game right after these messages here on the WIAA Network Station.
Impressive, challenging, advanced technology, the resources, the equipment, doing medical research in a modern environment. Researching different diseases, what causes them, how to prevent them. That's why I moved to this little town in central Wisconsin. It's the cooperative spirit among doctors. And patient care, quality care, is always first priority. It's a simple philosophy. We work together to bring the best to our patients.
Marshfield Clinic, an American institution since 1916. Wisconsin is famous for milk as fresh, pure, and wholesome as Wisconsin itself. And the great tasting dairy products we make from our milk. That's why wherever you go in America, you'll find more and more people looking for dairy products made right here in Wisconsin. Look for them in your supermarket. They're America's dairy best. Homegrown in Wisconsin.
Back at the Fieldhouse, Randolph and Southwestern about set to tip it up and go after it. But first, the starting lineup. And for that, let's go to public address announcer Jack Rain.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the semifinal round of the 73rd annual WIAA Basketball Tournament. Here are the starting lineups for this morning's first Class C semifinal. For the Wildcats of Southwestern, at forward, a 6'2" junior number 34, Glenn Stengel. For the Blue Rockets of Randolph, at forward, a 6'1" junior number 22, Mike DeVries. For Southwestern at forward, a 6' senior number 42, John Pickle. For Randolph at forward, a 6'1" senior number 25, Kevin Beekman. At center for Southwestern, a 6'6" senior number 50, Bill Morgan. For Randolph at center, a 6'3" senior number 30, Gary DeVries. At guard for Southwestern, a 6-foot senior number 40, Max Rawson. At guard for Randolph, a 6-foot junior number 24, Paul Roberts. And at guard for Southwestern, a 5'10 senior number 20, Kevin Patterson. And for Randolph at guard, a 6'1 senior number 10, Edgar Wright Harris. The Southwestern Wildcats are coached by Jim Middlecoff. The Blue Rockets of Randolph are coached by Randy Hazelquist.
And the officials for today's game, Dennis Kostak and Tom Moling, both from the Green Bay area. Boy, the place is already starting to rock. A lot of people here for this one, Larry.
Well, what's so neat about it is that I think they roll up the carpets in the streets in these small towns, and they sell more tickets than the people they have in the town itself. I don't know how they can do that, but they do it.
Randy Hazelquist said that there were people lining up for 25 of the 45-mile trip to Madison to wish them well when they came down here.
This is what it's all about right here, Jeff.
All right, just about set to get going, and the tap is controlled by Southwestern. Kevin Patterson tries the first shot. He can't get it. DeVries with the rebound. Here comes Mike DeVries. Mike and Gary both playing, starting. They're related, but they are not brothers.
See Southwestern open up in a man-to-man.
Rateris on top to DeVries. Can he travel with the basketball? Just underway here at the Fieldhouse in Madison. 6 games on tap for you. Rawson on top. This is Morgan. Back to Rawson. Fires. Can't get it. Rebound. Pulled down by Roberts.
Roberts went high after that one. Good jumper.
Beekman blocked by Stengel. Controlled by Southwestern. Kevin Patterson, he'll run the offense. He's their assist leader, averaging 7 points a game and 5 assists. Pickle tried to go inside, knocked away.
Randolph is also in a man-to-man, Jeff. So both teams playing man-to-man so far in the ball game.
Stengel triggers the inbound, and the ball stolen away, regained, but the first foul of the game will go on Bill Morgan. Both teams really just kind of feeling each other out here in the early going.
And our coach was probably a little concerned about that, getting a foul on your own inbound pass, especially to the big guy. And Morgan's going to be a key to this ball game, according to coach.
Long range, Roberts. Paul Roberts, the first 2 of the game. Stengel driving, shooting, blocked away beautifully. What a block by Gary DeVries.
Yeah, and Stengel's not afraid to take it to the basket.
Southwestern, Max Rawson gets the roll. Their first 2 of the game. Ball stolen away by Pickle, but it'll stay with the Rockets from Randolph.
Some full court pressure by Southwestern on that one. We see Randolph run a motion type offense with 5 guys moving.
DeVries can't get it. Stengel with the rebound. Here comes Southwestern, a chance to take the lead. Pickle. Cross court it goes. Morgan fires. Well, you talked about him. He's going to be a key for Southwestern.
Yeah, makes him feel a little bit more relaxed hitting that first one. There he is getting his second foul. That's a big play.
We'll get a chance to look at it again. Nice drive by Beekman.
Beekman does a nice job. And Morgan comes in and gets a piece of him.
Well, Randolph did not waste any time after that made basket coming down and putting up a shot.
Yeah, they like to pass the ball down, try to get it down in 2 passes, and then not afraid to go 1-on-2 or 1-on-1 when they get it down the other end.
Kevin Beekman trying to complete the three-point play. 9 points a game, over 10 rebounds a game as well, and his third point of the morning. .5:35 left to go in the first quarter. A 2-point lead for the Rockets from Randolph. Rawson inside. It goes, and the shot by Mike Lamb is good.
Randolph that time was in a half-court trap. And they got the ball over the trap part, and they got a bucket off it.
Southwestern some full court pressure. Now they drop back. Long range, in and out. It goes. And the ball goes to Southwestern. We want to welcome all the folks at KDUB TV Channel 40 in Dubuque, Iowa watching. They're picking up this Randolph Southwestern game. A lot of fans from that area watching this contest with much interest.
Again, the half-court pressure, Jeff.
Lamb. Stengel. Got it.
Stengel has started since he's been a freshman. He's only a junior now. Coach said he'd be glad to have him back another year.
Inside it goes. Shot on the way is no good by DeVries. Tapped up once, twice, and Lamb with the rebound.
They had 2 attempts at it, actually 3. See the replay, shot goes up. That was the second attempt off the board, then it was a foul.
So Southwestern holding on to a 2-point lead. Stengel is open.
Stengel for another 2, and he used the glass very well that time, Jeff.
He's off to a good start. Roberts gets it across the timeline. Beekman, nice inside pass. DeVries. Gary DeVries gets 2.
Got 2 off for great penetration, and that's still a key.
Patterson and Rawson break the pressure. Stengel again. Boy, he has started out well this morning. His last 3 shots have gone in.
That's where the weak spot is on that 1-3-1 or the 3-1-1 half court. It's down along the baseline.
Beekman drives, counts the basket. He'll go for a 3-point play.
Beekman's on a drive. Didn't quite get position. And foul. Basket is good, Jeff.
Beekman with his second 3-point play opportunity here. Randy Hazelquist calls him the silent leader on this team. And he completes the 3-point play, his 6th point of the morning. The Southwestern lead cut to 1. Pickle breaks the pressure. Stengel's been hot in the early going. Fires again. Can't get it. Rebound. Here comes Randolph. Nice move inside.
Beautiful break. Fill the lanes well. Pass the ball out in front of him. Ended up with a nice drive.
Paul Roberts with his 5th point. Pickle fires from the baseline. Short. And the ball will go off and off the foot of Kevin Patterson, so it'll go to Randolph. Another substitution. Jason Bennett into the lineup for Southwestern. 5'5" junior. Flegner inside pass to Gary DeVries again.
Southwestern has stayed with their man-to-man thus far, and all of a sudden, Randolph finds some seams, getting some nice passes inside.
It's a 3-point lead, 2:45 to go in the first quarter of play. Bennett. Stengel back on top to Bennett. Long range 3-pointer won't go down for Max Rawson, and a foul inside.
Jeff Randolph that time was in a 2-on-2 zone or a 2-3 zone.
All right, we've got a timeout on the floor with the Randolph squad on top by a score of 15-12. Back with more basketball after this message from the people who sponsor our telecast statewide. This is your WIAA network station.
Running a tractor on ordinary diesel fuel is kind of like eating cafeteria chili. Just no spunk to it. But with Fieldmaster TQ4 diesel fuel, I get spunk to spare. Oh, I run some other diesel fuel through my tractors, but I just don't get the power. Get a lot more smoke, though. Get a lot more work hours out of the tank with Fieldmaster TQ4, too. Quicker starts. Quicker warm-ups.
I remember the night the storm hit. The wind started howling. Come on, let's go. Come on, hurry. And before I knew it, we were all on the way to the cellar.
It's okay. Everything's all right.
We had insurance from the rural company, even way back then. Huh. And we still do now.
For all your tomorrows, we'll be there.
Jeff London and Larry Tranberg back at the field house in Madison. Southwestern, Larry doing a good job on the break.
Yeah, they've had 3 or 4 of those, and but I give Southwestern credit. They're hanging right in there. I thought they'd be a little bit more patient, but I think with the excitement of the first game down here for those guys and the pressure that Randolph puts gets you speeded up a little bit.
Beekman on top into Kevin Flegner. Driving, and the ball knocked away, but a foul. Foul's going to go on Kevin Patterson. Looks like he got him on the arm.
Well, that was close to being a 2-shot foul. He was almost in the act of going up.
Kevin Flegner had a great sectional. He had 40 points in the 2 sectional games, 20 of 24 from the free throw line, so a rare miss for him.
He did that coming off the bench, Jeff.
That's right. Patterson drives, dumps it inside, knocked away beautifully. But a foul is going to go against Beekman.
Beekman's got good springers. He gets up there. Nice pass inside. Beekman comes up, gets a piece of it.
The WIAA Boys Basketball Tournament is brought to you statewide in Wisconsin by the Rural Company, who will be there for all your tomorrows. Rawson can't get the shot to go in. He's one of the top students in his class. Comes in averaging 14 points a game, but Jim Nedelkoff saying he's an excellent student and an excellent defensive player on the court. But he missed both free throws there. Stengel with the rebound.
Stengel's a hard-working young man.
Stengel's 8th point of the morning. Southwestern back to within 1. Nice drive by Roberts. Can't get it to go down. Gets his own rebound. Again. One more time. Can't get it. Boy, great work on the boards that time by Roberts.
He really stayed with it, Jeff.
Boy, he's 6 foot, and does he get up in the air?
What he'll do, too, he's got good head and shoulder fakes. He'll get you up off the ground, and then he'll find that little opening and put it up.
Roberts, an all-conference performer for the 2nd straight year. All-around athlete, too. He's a quarterback on the football team. He's a pitcher in baseball. He's really looked up around the entire Southwestern area. They really look up to him, really like this young man. And he can't get the second one to go down. Morgan with the rebound. Patterson will bring it down. Tickle driving the baseline. Can't get the roll. Stengel is there.
Randolph went back to a man-to-man that time down, Jeff, and a nice follow-up by Stengel.
Glenn Stengel is 10th point of the quarter. Flegner drives, falling away. Can't get the roll. And we've got a foul underneath. It looks like it's going to go against Gary DeVries.
I think I think DeBreeze got caught pushing off with the arm on that rebound.
Well, we expected a close, tight battle, and so far it's been just that. More full court pressure. Southwestern breaks it. Pickle on top to Rawson. Back to Patterson. Pickle tried to go inside to Morgan. Patterson is there. And the rebound pulled down by Gary DeBreeze.
Randolph does get that ball up the floor quickly, Jeff.
Gutierrez, nice
pass
inside pass. And they won't count the shot, but a nice job that time. They gave the ball inside to Gary DeBreeze.
A nice job. Tried to get some weak side help, Southwestern did, but got there a little bit late and called for the foul.
DeBreeze at the free throw line. And substitution coming in as well. Mike Guile comes in. And again, the shot goes in and out. Down to 30 seconds in the quarter. We're tied at 16. Stengel tried to go into the paint, but there was nobody there. Here comes Randolph. Flegner leads the break. Beekman, nice inside pass.
Beekman showed very good court awareness on that. Went up for the shot, saw a man open underneath, dumped it in.
Gutierrez completes the play. It's an 18-16 Randolph lead, down to 10 1/4. The ball kicked, so it's 7 seconds left. Southwestern with a chance to tie the game before the quarter.
Randolph's been changing up their defenses almost every other time down the floor, and now they're back into their 2-3 zone.
Stengel, Morgan can't get it. So we have played 1 quarter of basketball, and Randolph with a slim 18-16 lead, shaping up to be a good one. Our coverage continues in a moment. This is your WIAA network station.
Barnstorming days? Starting right now, your rep is filling his inventory with top genetics he'll be bringing you at 10 to 15% off. That's exciting savings. That's ABS Barnstorming days.
I'm Brenda Engstead for Engstead Chevrolet Buick and Oldsmobile of Darlington, Wisconsin. My dad always said if you give people a good product and service that counts, the people will keep coming back, and that's what he does. We have a large selection of Chevy trucks and a wide variety of models of Chevrolet, Buick, and Oldsmobile. Expect nothing but the best from our service department. We have trained technicians that can keep your car in tip-top shape. Take a short trip to downtown Darlington, Wisconsin, or call one of our salesmen. I'm sure my dad will make it worth your trip.
Get ready for more power. Magnum power. Magnum means more. More from totally new, bigger engines with 8% more displacement than the leading competitor. Delivering from 130 to 195 PTO horsepower. New engines, plus new cabs and a power shift transmission. All Magnum. Magnum tractors. Tractors that will do more for you.
See these area Case IH dealers.
Now you see the score after 1 quarter. We expected a close contest. Has been just that. Randolph on top by a score of 18-16.
Excuse me, but we're seeing the first switch in defenses for Southwestern. They've come out in the 1-3-1.
Flegner to Gutierrez. Back to Roberts. Flegner gets an opening, tried to dump it inside. And the ball goes to Southwestern. That's just the second turnover of the quarter of that first half, actually, for Randolph. And Southwestern has just 1 turnover. Surprising the way these two teams have been going at it.
Yeah, that's a surprising thing, the way they go up and down the floor. They just have very minimal turnovers.
Stengel, nice move. Hard off the glass, though. But it'll stay with Southwestern. Now you see the stats. About as even as the first quarter of play was. Really, both teams 47% from the field.
Rebounding real even, too, Jeff.
Rawson inside, knocked away, but the foul is going to go on Gary DeVries. And I believe that'll be his third personal foul. And he'll go to the bench. Check that. That's his second personal foul.
I don't think Coach wants to see DeVries out of there. That is his second.
Doesn't want to take any chances of him picking up a quick third one before the half.
Oh, he's a rugged young man on the board.
Rawson hits one of two free throws. It's a 1-point Randolph lead.
Southwestern staying with that 1-3-1.
Flegner tries three. Kevin Flegner, his first points of the morning. Inside pass, Pickle, and he traveled with the basketball.
Got a little anxious in there, Jeff, and I think if he'd have gone up right away, he might have drawn the foul and possibly got the three-point play.
Driving inside, nice move, Mike DeVries. But it looked like he stepped on the end line.
Yeah, they're going to take the basket away, touch the baseline. He did a nice job getting the baseline, though.
Rawson pressured, gets through the pressure, drives the lane, puts it up. Good. Boy, decided to take matters into his own hands that time.
Nice job penetrating. Go up for a jump. In fact, he almost lost control of the ball going up and then stayed with it.
Rawson's fifth point. Gutierrez for three. Patterson, Stengel ahead in the break. Glenn Stengel is 12 points, and we're back to a tie.
Stengel does a nice job. He covers a lot of territory with one or two dribbles. He really extends himself.
Roberts tries three. Can't get it. Patterson another rebound, and Southwestern is starting to run with the basketball. Here comes Stengel. Nice move, beautiful block, but a foul on Beekman.
If they can get the ball out to Stengel on their fast break, they'll take it. You can see there, he did a nice job, got fouled.
Kind of a surprise because Jim Nedeljkoff had told us that they really weren't going to do a lot of this, but they're playing well right now. We've got a tie, 21-21. We're coming back with more basketball, but first a message from our statewide sponsors who make this telecast possible. This is your WIAA network station.
Menards is getting ready for spring with big savings in the hardware department. Rear bagging and self-propelled lawnmowers are on sale now. Garden tillers are on sale, too, for the construction site or weather emergency. Save on SML generators. This 5,000-watt generator is a reliable source of portable electric power. On sale now for just $389. Dig into springtime savings this week at Menards.
We're helping you build America's heartland at Menards.
Impressive, challenging, advanced technology, the resources, the equipment, doing medical research in a modern environment, researching different diseases, what causes them, how to prevent them. That's why I moved to this little town in central Wisconsin. It's the cooperative spirit among doctors. And patient care, quality care, is always first priority. It's a simple philosophy. We work together to bring the best to our patients.
Marshfield Clinic, an American institution since 1916.
Jeff Lenzen and Larry Tranberg back at the Fieldhouse in Madison. We expected to see Randolph run the break, but not so much Southwestern.
They're getting it out. That's probably been the surprise so far. Maybe we misunderstood Coach when he said he tried to keep in the 50s. Maybe that was per half.
Well, they're well on their way. Randolph averaging more points than any team in this tournament, averaging over 83 points a game. So they really get up and down. And Stengel is on his way to a great morning of basketball. Here is 14th point.
Playing with a lot of confidence. He just smiled as he ran down the other end after sinking both free throws.
So the lead is back to Southwestern. Gutierrez back over to Mike DeVries. On top to Gutierrez. Roberts back to Beekman. Driving, put up a shot and got it. Boy, tough shot.
He really gets up in the air. Randolph's moving that ball pretty well against that 1-3-1, and they all seem to feel comfortable putting it up.
Again, very balanced scoring. 4 players in double figures for the Rockets. Stengel looking for more. Blocked away, retrieves, saved, but here comes the Randolph Rockets. But off the hands of Kevin Beekman.
They sure look to run. Pass is just a little bit too hard, too high.
We want to welcome all our network stations watching our telecast today. WKOW-TV 27 in Madison, WAOW-TV 9 in Wausau, WQOW-TV 18 in Eau Claire, WXOW-TV 19 in La Crosse, WXGZ-TV 32 in Green Bay, and WCGV-TV 24 in Milwaukee, and of course the folks from KDUB-TV who are picking up this broadcast in Dubuque, Iowa. Morgan, inside it goes. Lamb turnaround. Mike Lamb.
Lamb did a nice job stepping in from the weak side. Got a good pass from Morgan for 2.
Lamb's 4th point of the game. Southwestern staying in that tough zone defense. Swing it on top to Roberts. Looks inside, off the hands, but it was knocked out of bounds by Southwestern. So Mike DeVries will trigger the inbound underneath.
Southwestern in his zone, out of bounds.
A 3-pointer for Edward Harris. This Randolph squad is not afraid to take those threes.
Gutierrez does a nice job. He sits off 3-point area and puts it up.
Rawson drives. Back on top to Morgan. And they reset the offense. Lamb looking for an opening. Put up the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Southwestern uses Rawson out on top, and he's a big young man, and he can reverse the ball very well. And then they do a nice job getting into Morgan in the middle, and he also looks to reverse the ball, and that's the key against any zone defense. Try to bring it back to the weak side very quickly.
Well, Lamb averaging about 6 or 7 points off the bench in a reserve role. Can't hit that free throw. The 1988 WIAA Boys State Basketball Championships are brought to you statewide by our local Wisconsin cooperatives handling quality Cenex Land O'Lakes products. Second shot is good by Lamb.
You have to remember, Lamb's only a sophomore, too, and he's doing a nice job.
And already his 5th point of the morning. Nice pass inside to Gary DeVries, who's back in the ball game.
Very nice pass. DeVries did a nice job not coming down with the ball.
And a traveling violation will go against Bill Morgan. So Randolph now with a chance to open up a 4-point lead in this Class C semifinal game. Just a reminder, at halftime, Dwayne Mosley coming up. He'll have some highlights from the Class C wrestling championships that took place earlier. Gutierrez, rebound, score.
Excellent rebound, and he goes up hard with it and hits the 2. Very good jumpers. Randolph, not real tall, but very good leapers.
Patterson tries one from the outside. Here come the Rockets, stolen away by Patterson, but he'll pick up the foul. Boy, Randolph does not waste any time. They get that ball out, and they're just looking to get it down court.
It doesn't make any difference, Jeff, who gets the ball. They all look to run. If they have to put it on the floor before they find the guy down the court, doesn't make any difference.
The other thing I've noticed, too, is they all seem to be pretty good leapers, this entire squad. Gutierrez went up and got that strong rebound last time down.
Yeah, even their guards, like Gutierrez, goes inside, and he really does make himself big on the board.
Kevin Flegner at the free throw line. And now Randolph has their biggest lead of the afternoon, 32-26.
They come with full court pressure after the free throw. Cause a turnover.
The 5th turnover for Southwestern. Momentum starting to shift a little bit towards Randolph.
Randolph puts 3 men up front, and then Beekman does a nice job back covering these 2 guys in the back area.
Stengel almost picked off the pass. It'll stay with the Rockets. Down to 2:45 to go in this first half of play. It's been a good one so far. Rateris tries 3. Can't get it. Rawson with the rebound. Across the timeline. 1-on-4. Takes it to the hoop, but he can't get it. You have to wonder a little bit how wise that was as a 1-on-4 break, Larry, and kind of forced that one up a little bit.
Yeah, that was forced a little bit, especially when you're down 6 now. You want a good shot every time down. I don't think Coach wants a shot going up 1 against 3 or 4.
Lamb goes to the bench with 3 personals, and that hurts because he was playing well off the bench. Kevin Beekman is perfect from the free throw line so far. Looking for his 10th point and trying to open up an 8-point Randolph lead.
Could see some full court pressure again after that free throw. There's the 3 men up front pressing the ball. Beekman running here in the middle.
8 straight points now for Randolph. This game was tied at 26 at one point, and now it's a 34-26 Randolph lead. 2:25 to go. Gary DeVries gets a break.
That with his 2 fouls, I think Coach did a nice job taking him out so he doesn't pick up his 3rd before the half.
Stengel. And that's a big hoop for Southwestern. They really needed that one.
Really, Stengel's had a real nice first half, and that was probably his biggest basket of the half.
He's averaging 17 a game already. He has 16 points in this half alone. Nice move by Beekman. His 12 points. Southwestern breaks the press. Stengel again, tries it, thought about it, goes back to Morgan. Patterson tries for 3. Southwestern crawling back into it, down by just 5 now. Roberts, double team. Back to Rateris, back to Roberts. Good defense by Pickle.
I think Southwestern has put a little bit more pressure now on the defense. Put a little bit more pressure on the ball, and they'll trap if the opportunity is there.
Mike DeVries and Roberts playing catch out there basically right now.
With Beekman working the middle, and Beekman can penetrate so well from the high post area.
Well, it looks like Randolph is content to sit on this lead and maybe play for 1 shot. Down to 55 seconds to go in the half.
With the breeze out of there, the coach doesn't mind him pulling the ball a little bit, making him come out of that zone, or if nothing else, go for the last shot of the half.
Well, we're down to 40 seconds now in the half. Randolph taking care of the basketball.
A little different to see Randolph holding the ball, scoring over 80 points a game.
Yeah, it is. Well, they've done a good job so far. You see the clock. It's down to 20 now. And pretty soon they'll start to take it in for that shot. Roberts, now they got to go at it. DeVries. Boy, oh boy, what a way to end the first half.
With a 3-pointer and showed very good patience.
Well, we played 1 half of basketball. Got a good game going here. Randolph on top of Southwestern, 39-31. Back with more after this message from the people who sponsor our telecast statewide. This is your WIAA network station.
Presenting America's best tasting cheeses. Recently honored at the U.S. Cheese Championship. The best tasting cheddar comes from Kiel, Wisconsin. The best tasting Munster, Mount Horeb, Wisconsin. Blue cheese, Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Colby, Stanley, Wisconsin. But since we can't put our blue ribbons in the dairy case, look for the word Wisconsin on the package. It's the taste worth looking for.
By the case or by the drum, Cenex Land O'Lakes lubricants should be a major part of your equipment maintenance program. Stock up now on all Cenex Land O'Lakes lubricants, top quality Cenex motor oil, hydraulic fluids, and gear lube. For great savings on super great lubricants, stop by your local cooperative. Remember, by the case or by the drum, your equipment runs just a little slicker with Cenex Land O'Lakes. Catch the spirit.
It's been a good first half of basketball. The Randolph Rockets, on the strength of a three-point shot at the buzzer, have opened up an 8-point lead, 39-31. Well, we've got some halftime activity scheduled, and for that, let's go to Dwayne Mosley. Dwayne?
All right, thanks a lot, Jeff Lundson. Wow, what an exciting first half. Three-point shots, everything on offense. I'm sure the second half is going to be pretty much the same. Should go right down to the end. Back, well, not too long ago, the WYAA, and this is our ABS halftime report brought to you by the American Breeder Service of DeForest, Wisconsin. Not too long ago, the WYAA held its championships in high school wrestling. And now to bring you this halftime feature on the Class C Wrestling Championship.
In the 8 years since the WIAA wrestling tournament has been a three-class event, only 2 schools had won Class C titles. Mineral Point won 6 times, and Athens won twice. But the times are a-changing in Class C. Heading into the championship matches this year, Athens and Mineral Point weren't in contention, but 3 other schools were. St. Croix Central had the lead going into the final days. Shell Lake was second and Riverdale third. But Shell Lake figured to have the advantage. 3 wrestlers in the finals and a good deal of confidence.
I said, we have enough good kids to come back down and challenge for a title because Point Athens wasn't as powerful as it had been over the years. They dominated so much. We got to a tough regional with 5 kids all, got to a tough sectional with 4 kids, and the 4 kids that got down were all classy seniors that have been down here before and wrestled down before, and 2 returning state place winners. They hung together.
Shell Lake's first final exam came at 126, where senior John Heil faced Coleman's Jim Martin. Heil's experience was evident. He rolled to a 12-0 win, and that meant more critical team points. Next up for the Lakers, a critical matchup against another team contender. Shell Lake's Eric Nielsen against Riverdale's Gehring Dribble. And once again, the experienced senior beat the underclassmen. Nielsen with a 10-3 decision, and that basically meant a team title for Shell Lake. 167-pounder Pete Hopke lost his championship bout to Loyal's Rick Ruth on a 4-0 decision, but the Lakers had wrapped up their first-ever team championship. Not bad for a school with an enrollment of only 175 students.
The first kind of title in wrestling, we were 1980 state football champs, 1980. But, you know, Athens and Mineral Point, those are the only 2 teams that won. You know, we're way up north, you know, and we got a really strong conference in wrestling. Now, take back to Lakeland Conference, all our schools, and be proud that we represented the upper north well.
Here's the final team numbers. Shell Lake winning with 69 points. St. Croix Central next with 61.5, followed by Riverdale, Edgar, and Darlington in the top 5.
And we will have highlights from the Class B and Class A wrestling championships coming up between games this morning. We will have more with our ABS halftime report right after this local word. This is your WIAA network station.
Right now, during American Breeder Service Barnstorming Days, you get 10 to 15% off top bulls. Catch the excitement, top genetics.
I can't believe these prices.
You won't either. Your rep is filling his inventory to bring these barnstorming values to you. So check your tanks. These prices only last through May. 10 to 15% off. That's exciting savings. That's ABS Barnstorming Days.
I'm Brenda Engstead for Engstead Chevrolet Buick and Oldsmobile of Darlington, Wisconsin. My dad always said if you give people a good product and service that counts, the people will keep coming back, and that's what he does. We have a large selection of Chevy trucks and a wide variety of models of Chevrolet, Buick, and Oldsmobile. Expect nothing but the best from our service department. We have trained technicians that can keep your car in tip-top shape. Take a short trip to downtown Darlington, Wisconsin, or call one of our salesmen. I'm sure my dad will make it worth your trip.
Get ready for more power. Magnum power. Magnum means more. More from totally new, bigger engines with 8% more displacement than the leading competitor. Delivering from 130 to 195 PTO horsepower. New engines, plus new cabs and a power shift transmission. All Magnum. Magnum tractors. Tractors that will do more for you.
See these area Case IH dealers.
Welcome back to the Fieldhouse in Madison. Dwayne Mosley with you. Our halftime report. The Randolph Blue Rockets leading Southwestern's Wildcats 39-31. Now there will be another Class C semifinal game following this one. That will feature Bayfield at 24-1 against a pretty good Greenwood team. Greenwood coming in with a record of 22-4. Now that will conclude our morning session of Class C basketball. Then in the afternoon, well, we'll pick things up at 2:05 with a Class B semifinal. Number 1 and number 2 in the state will be meeting. It will be Whitnall coming in at 23-2 and defending Class B champion Wisconsin Dells with a record of 25-0. The other Class B semifinal matchup will be this evening. Sam Young and his Black River Falls Tigers going up against Carl Brugink and the Clintonville Truckers. Sam Young in his 38th year at Black River Falls, and Carl Brugink in year number 28 with Clintonville. So there will be plenty of coaching experience on the bench tonight when the Tigers and the Truckers get together. Now in Class A this afternoon, there will be Stevens Point taking on Onalaska. Onalaska at 23-2. Stevens Point with a record of 22-2. And then this evening, Nina's Rockets, 24-1, will take on the surprising Milwaukee Pulaski Rams. Pulaski coming in at 16-9. And if the ace ball games, Point in Alaska and Nina and Pulaski, anything like we had last night in Class A, they should be beauties, along with the Class B stuff coming up later today. That concludes our ABS halftime report, brought to you by the American Breeders' Service of DeForest, Wisconsin. Jeff and Larry will be back right after this. This is your WIAA network station.
For world-class tractors, Deutz Allis introduces the 5200 series compact tractor. The lineup of 5200s has the go-anywhere versatility you need to tackle any commercial, agricultural, or homeowner job. These tractors are easy on fuel and will require only minimal maintenance for all-around performance. So for compact tractors with superior ruggedness, see these area Deutz Allis dealers.
Ritchie Motors Cobb, Olson's Footville Equipment, Wade Implement Endeavor, Enerson Egan Incorporated, Cambria.
In the beginning, there was the frosty mug, delightful, quenching. But man could not live on root beer alone, and so he created the sandwich. Tasty, nutritious, but still his craving continued, resulting in the float. Creamy, smooth. From dinners to desserts, since the beginning, man has satisfied his hunger at the local A&W. Stop in any A&W restaurant and see for yourself. The frosty mug is only the beginning of a taste to remember.
A well-played first half of basketball. Randolph on top 39-31. Jeff Lunsden and Larry Tranberg back at the Fieldhouse in Madison. And boy, both teams really taking care of the ball well, Larry. The statistics really bear that out, too. Look at that, 54%, 50% from the field. This has just been a fun game to watch.
Yeah, the turnover is very minimal in the way they go up and down the floor. Plus, I think an important part about the turnovers thus far, Jeff, is that I can't remember too many of them leading directly to baskets. So the other team has got the ball out of bounds, and then you've got a chance to set your defense up. But very well played first half, very enjoyable.
I guess if there is a couple telling statistics for the three-point field goals, Randolph has hit 4 of 8. Southwestern just 1 of 3, and of course that big three-pointer as well at the end of the half to put them up by 8.
Yeah, that was a big basket. It's a nice basket to have from a coaching standpoint going in the locker room at halftime.
Take a look at the leading scorers. Beekman with 12, Terrace for 7 for Randolph. Stengel has been the key for Southwestern early on with 16 points. We mentioned Bill Morgan at the top of the broadcast. He has had just 2 points. And Jim Delkoff said that as he goes, so goes Southwestern. We'll look to see what happens with him in the second half.
Still need more scoring out of Morgan.
All right, sit back. Going to have a good one. 39-31. Grab another cup of coffee here for our early morning broadcast. 5 more basketball games after this one.
You know, one of the reasons Morgan hasn't been a factor is that the Wildcats really haven't set up in their half-court offense. They've been in a running game with Randolph, and then, of course, Morgan doesn't see the ball in a regular offense.
Tickle on top to Rawson. Back to Stengel. Had a big first half, and he's starting out well in the second half.
That was a very nice move. Saw an opening down the lane, takes it in, and gets 2.
Stengel's 18th point. Gutierrez to Mike DeVries. Hit that big three-pointer at the end of the half. Roberts can't get it to go down. Southwestern with a chance to get back into it here and cut the lead.
Southwestern started the second half in a man-to-man. Randolph came off a double screen.
Rawson can't get it. Morgan fights for it, but the ball controlled by Gary DeVries. Thought about the shot. Back to Roberts. Over to Mike DeVries. Nice move.
A nice move along the baseline by Mike DeVries. Saw that opening and used the glass very well.
Well, he didn't need much of an opening either, did he?
No, he didn't.
His 5th point of the morning. Inside Morgan. Got it.
There's Morgan. That's the first time they've actually got it down low to him. His other basket was out at the 15-foot range. So I think they did talk about that at halftime.
Roberts tries 3. Stengel with the rebound. Quickly ahead. Rawson was ahead on the break, but it was knocked out of bounds by Roberts. Really surprising. Again, we talked about it a little bit at the start of the second half, but Southwestern pushing the ball up the court.
Yeah, they're looking to run a little bit, but I think they're going to be a little bit more under control this half.
Stengel inbounds. Patterson. Rawson had the ball knocked away, gets it back, left-hand shot no good, tapped in beautifully by Lamb.
Nice tip.
Mike Lamb kind of slapped that one up there off the backboard.
Found a seam in there, went in and tipped a very nice tip off the glass.
The 8-point lead has been cut in half. Gutierrez, beauty.
Gutierrez really squares up nice and is not afraid to take that shot either. He's a nice ball player.
Really gives some nice height on that jump shot as well.
You can see why he was one of their leaders in scoring.
Stengel fires in and out. Gary DeVries knocked away by Morgan. Underneath to Lamb. He lost it, gets it back, and got it.
A nice hustle by Stengel to get that ball back. And got it inside the Lamb for 2.
Gutierrez, Patterson on him. Gary DeVries fires. Boy, these two teams are just shooting the lights out, aren't they?
Southwestern's back in that man-to-man.
Patterson on top. Over to Rawson. Stengel thought about driving. Now back to Patterson. Looks inside to Morgan. Stengel tries 3. That's short. Gary DeVries with the rebound. Here come the Rockets. Roberts to Gutierrez. Fires for 3. Off the front of the rim. Ahead of the break. Patterson. 2 men to beat.
Nice move.
Kevin Patterson slipped the 2 defenders and got his 5th point.
That was not an easy shot, flying through the air to the basket from about 6-8 feet.
Nice drive by Mike DeVries. Couldn't get it to go down, but he'll go to the free throw line.
DeVries does a nice job penetrating. Almost gets a 3-point play.
And that foul is going to go on Mike Lamb, and that is his 4th personal foul, so now he has to go to the bench. That's a concern for Jim Adelkoff. Lamb had a good first half.
Lamb has played well. These teams that come out the second half, Jeff, right the way they left off the first half.
And Mike DeVries can't get it to go down. There are 3 DeVries on this basketball team. Eric DeVries, Mike DeVries, Gary DeVries. They're related, not brothers, but they're cousins. Morgan with the rebound. Southwestern now with a chance to cut the lead to 2, but it goes off the hands of Stengel.
Southwestern's break is more of a long pass. If they can get a guy down the floor, that's their type of a break, where Randolph, they'll just dribble it up or run it up, and all 5 guys will be involved.
Gutierrez traveled with the basketball, so Southwestern again with another opportunity to cut this lead down to 2. Kevin Flegner back into the ball game. Mike DeVries takes the rest. Both teams basically 7, 8 players deep. Stengel turns around, can't get it. Morgan tapped it. Rebound to Roberts. Here come the Rockets on the break. Nice pass inside, and Flegner can't get it to go, but he'll go to the free throw line.
Max Rawson gets there just a little late and a foul, but another situation where they get the ball down the floor real fast and create either a basket situation or a foul.
Well, that was a non-shooting foul, but there is a shooter, and that is Roberts. Paul Roberts, his 8th point.
Ref gave Randolph a warning and let the ball go after it comes through the basket. Some half-court pressure by Randolph. Notice to bring Morgan up high to handle the ball.
Pickle fires. John Pickle's first 2 points of the ball game. Beekman, Gary DeVries from the baseline. Boy, these 2 teams are just playing well right now.
Gary DeVries is not Bashel stepping outside and hitting that shot. Nice all-around ball player.
Rawson fires. Southwestern just won't go away. They're within 4.
Both teams right now are very offensive oriented.
And there's a turnover. And we've got a timeout on the floor. Great ball game going here. Randolph on top of Southwestern, 49-45. More basketball coming up. But first, these messages from the people who sponsor our telecast statewide. This is your WIAA network station.
Excuse me, do you have milk?
No, not really. I just got home from work.
Oh.
Yeah, I got a house to clean, dinner to cook, and 2 kids to take to piano lessons.
You sound like a very busy person.
I am.
I hope we have a few minutes to talk to your rural company's agent about your insurance. Everybody needs it, including you.
Look, I really don't have the time. Besides, nothing ever happens to me. Hey, no piano lessons.
For all your tomorrows, we'll be there.
It's the home decor sale at Menards, and it's filled with quality names like Armstrong. No wax vinyl flooring by Armstrong is on sale now, like this sundial Solarium, now just $7.49 after mail-in rebate. And for the finishing touch, put up an Armstrong ceiling, on sale too, starting with the Brighton acoustical panel, now just $1.67. Choose Armstrong this week and save at Menards.
We're helping you build America's heartland at Menards.
Madison, Jeff Lenzen and Larry Tranberg back at the field house in Madison, and it's a 49-45 lead for Randolph. And back to the live action and a foul. Foul's going to go on Paul Roberts. This has really been a fun game to watch, hasn't it?
Very much so. Southwestern has shown very good patience as of late, handling that full court or half court pressure put on by Randolph.
Pickle driving in the lane. Gets the roll.
He's got a couple big baskets the last 2 times down the floor. And he's going to get some along the baseline against that 1-3-1.
An 8-point lead at the start of the second half is now down to just 2 for Randolph. Flegner to Rateris. Back to Roberts. Gets a pick from Beekman. Fires off the bracket. And here comes Southwestern. Rawson. His 9th point of the game, and we are tied at 49. Rateris for 3. Can't get it. Rebound, Rawson.
Coach wanted a timeout that time, and his players didn't see it and put up a three-pointer and missed. You'll see him, Rockets take a timeout, I'm sure, next time they have the ball.
Southwestern, Pickle can't get it. And Roberts brings it down for Randolph. Inside, Flegner can't get the roll. DeVries, the rebound.
Well, no timeout on that one. They just went right at the basket again.
Pickle wide open.
See, they're going to get that shot a lot. They're breaking that half-court pressure using Morgan. He just turns around, hits one of the two guys along the baseline for some pretty easy jumpers.
Beekman fires. Fasten your seatbelts, folks.
Yeah, you don't want to look away too long, Jeff. That score will change quite a bit.
Stengel driving.
Well, they're scoring an awful lot along the baseline. I would expect that with the type of defense, with Pickle hitting them from 10, 15 feet, and of course Stengel taking it right to the board.
Stengel with 20 points already. Blocked by Patterson, and he draws the foul. That'll send Rateris to the free throw line. You know, Jim Nedelkoff told us that he hoped to keep the game in the 50s. It's 53-53 now, and we haven't even played 3 quarters of basketball.
I don't think he can tighten up the reins on his kids right now, too. They've got a feel for the offensive end of the floor, and they're going down there and putting the ball in.
Kevin Patterson, his 3rd personal foul. We'll have to watch that closely. Rateris can't get the first one to go down. And second one is good.
The one thing I'm sort of watching is how Morgan is staying up in his fast-paced game. He's not a real strong young man, very tall, and we'll see what happens.
Shot no good by Patterson, and that'll end the quarter. Boy, we have had 3 quarters of excellent basketball. Randolph clinging to a 1-point lead, 54-53, back for the final 8 minutes after these messages. This is your WIAA network station.
When you're serious about lawn care, then the 600 Series mowers from Deutz Allis are for you. The 600 Series are rugged lawn tractors, taking on mowing, snow removal, and ground maintenance chores. The 600 Series, the tougher lawn tractors. Discover compact farm tractor performance at a garden tractor price. Discover the Ultima from Deutz Allis. Check out special financing on both the Ultima and 600 Series at these area Deutz Allis dealers.
Ritchie Motors Cobb, Senex Home and Farm Center, Cottage Grove, Raleigh Sales and Service, Verona, and Sattler Lawn and Garden, Oregon.
People who've seen Walmart's Spring Shopper's Guide can't put it down. And it's no fish story. It's our biggest ever, 48 pages with our best prices on all the things you've been wanting. Like this powerful Minn Kota trolling motor with remote foot control. Just $298.83 every day. And Walmart's Shopper's Guide is filled with lots more. Everything you need for great outdoor fun for less. Our Shopper's Guide has it all. You want the best price? I'm reeling them in. You need Walmart.
The Walmart way.
This is an Anderson high-performance window. We like to think of it as a see-through computer. It's programmed to detect heat. It knows when to keep heat out and when to hold it in. It's 42% more energy efficient than ordinary double pane. It even controls fabric fading rays. Come in and see for yourself before things get too wild outside.
Anderson Windows, available at Fish Building, Middleton.
Jeff Lenz and Larry Tranber are back at the Fieldhouse in Madison, and this is shaping up to be one that could go down to the final seconds, Larry.
Could be a good one. Played 3 nice quarters of ball, and I'm pretty assured that this will be a nice quarter of ball to both teams also.
Southwestern's hanging in very well.
Nice pass. Flagner inside. DeVries gets it, count the basket. He'll go to the free throw line.
DeVries does a nice job. He got the ball basically right underneath the basket, used his left hand very well, put it in, drove foul.
Well, that's a good way to start the fourth quarter for Randolph. And DeVries completes the three-point play, his 8th point. Back to a 4-point lead for the Rockets.
The Rockets have just moved it back into a 2-on-2 zone.
Morgan.
Nice turnaround jumper by Morgan.
His 6th point. Trying to get him a little bit more involved in the offense.
I think that was a smart move by the Rockets to move that half court back into a 2-3 zone. They're giving up too many easy ones.
Stengel with the rebound, and he is fouled. Right, we talked about the way these teams are shooting in the third quarter. Look at that. 61% from the field for Southwestern, 54% for Randolph.
And I think the surprising thing was no three-point buckets in that quarter. They were getting the ball down and getting it in where they wanted it.
Stengel draws another foul. This time it's going to go on Edward Terrace. That's his first personal. WYA Boys Basketball is brought to you statewide by Menards, your complete home improvement headquarters.
Randolph zoning underneath the basket.
Patterson for three, can't get it. Rockets with a break. Beekman lost the ball, and it'll go to Southwestern.
Couldn't quite find the handle on that, Jeff. There had three guys out on the break and never could find the handle on the ball. Beekman, nice job trying to save the ball.
Southwestern breaks the pressure with Pickle. Can't get it. Morgan the rebound.
Boy, Morgan looked big on that play. He went up, got a nice board, put it right back up for two. Tie ball game.
With 6:40 to play. Beekman ball stolen away. Stengel on the break. Knocked away beautifully, but a foul. Foul's going to go on Edward Terrace. That's his second personal. We'll get another look at it.
Stengel got in front of him too, but didn't see him. Then he got fouled.
All right, we'll take a break. We've got a great one going here. It's a tie score, 57-57. More basketball coming. But first, these messages from the people who sponsor our telecast statewide. This is your WIAA network station.
Could have gone to Manhattan and lived the big city life. All the Broadway plays, fast-paced, the crowd. But I came here instead. Things get done right away. Top medical specialists who respect one another. The patients are super, and so are the doctors. Some might think a small town in central Wisconsin would be really lonely, but this is exactly the crowd I've always wanted to be with.
Marshfield Clinic, an American institution since 1916.
Wisconsin is famous for milk as fresh, pure, and wholesome as Wisconsin itself. And the great tasting dairy products we make from our milk. That's why wherever you go in America, you'll find more and more people looking for dairy products made right here in Wisconsin. Look for them in your supermarket. They're America's very best. Homegrown in Wisconsin.
It's a 57-57 ball game, and when you get to the state tournament, you don't hold anything back.
I see the hustle on that replay that Beekman made just prior to the timeout, and that's the type of ball these young men are playing this morning.
Rawson firing off the rim, no good. Beekman with the rebound. Rick Terrace brings it down.
Rawson's been a little quiet lately. This is the first shot I remember him taking for a while. He's steady for him, losing the ball.
Rick Terrace for three, can't get it. Flegner with the rebound. Nice move, but he can't get it to go. DeVries can't get the roll, but now does.
Nice second effort there by DeVries to stay with that.
The lead goes back to Randolph. Patterson. Pickle will try it. He can't get it. Patterson had the rebound, and he's fouled.
Randolph was back in the man-to-man that time, so they switched up again at the timeout. I think coach was concerned with the type of shots that they were giving up out of their zone.
That'll send Kevin Patterson to the free throw line. Jim Nedelkoff has been in these situations before. He got his 400th career coaching win not long ago against Riverdale. Patterson can't get the free throw to go down. Pickle gets the foul. So we'll go the other way to the free throw line with Gary DeVries shooting it.
DeVries plays very big in there, Jeff. He does a nice job, and he could be a factor down the stretch in controlling the board.
He really uses his body well, doesn't he, Larry?
Very well. You notice he didn't just jump for the ball. He went to the ball and then went up and jumped and got it.
DeVries has had a good game looking for his 15 points. He's got it. Gary comes in averaging 13 points, 10 rebounds a game.
Big free throws, and they're going to get even bigger down the stretch, Jeff.
Patterson controls the offense. Driving to the hoop, passes to Morgan, got it.
Nice penetration, and Morgan a nice shot. It's a tough shot, that 8-footer along the baseline.
Beautiful drive that time by Patterson to set up Morgan. Retiris back to Roberts. He tries three, can't get it, and the rebound goes to Patterson. He'll try three, can't get it. Good defense. Glenn Stengel forces a jump ball, and with the possession arrow, it'll go to Southwestern. And the Wildcats want to talk things over. With 4:59 to go, they trail Randolph by a score of 61-59, and this is shaping up to be one that's going to go down to the final minutes. If you're the Randolph coach now, Randy Haverquist, what are you telling your kids?
Well, I think shot selection, and that's probably hard to tell these guys if they do put it up. Plus, I think he's got to be a little bit happier with his defense now when he went back to man-to-man. I think Southwestern was a good timely timeout for him because I'm sure coach wasn't happy with that last shot selection down the floor to pull up and take one from the top. The key, when they can get the ball inside to possibly Morgan, and Morgan's playing a little bit better the second half. It could be a factor as we go along.
Well, Jim Nedelkoff said he wanted to keep this game in the 50s if he thought he'd have a better chance of winning. Well, the game's in the 60s now, and they're still right there.
Yeah, I think he's a little surprised with his offense. I think Stengel's been a big key, too. He just caused that tie up there, and he did that a couple other times in the second half. He moses around down there. He's not afraid to be aggressive after the rebound.
All right, getting set for the final 4:59 of play. Rawson in and out. Southwestern having some trouble a little bit here the last few times down.
But that was a good shot. I don't think coach is too upset with that. That was a good shot. A lot better shot selection than the shot prior to that.
Retiris almost lost the ball. Roberts back to Retiris. Driving down the lane, blocked by Stengel. Beekman retrieves, and the foul is going to go on Kevin Beekman.
The ball's good hustle for the ball, but Rawson had a little bit better position. Nice block. You see Rawson had a little bit better position. Beekman got called for the foul.
So now both teams at the free throw line, and we talked about that. These free throws are going to be ever so important here in the final minutes.
Well, every close game comes down to the free throw line, and the team that puts them in usually the team that... Plus, it changes your strategy. Changes your strategy each time down the floor.
Ross been pretty cool on the free throw line that time. Mike Lamb comes back into the ball game. He's playing with 4 personals. Pickle takes a break. He had a good third quarter, had 6 points for Southwestern and picked up some of the slack there in that third quarter of play.
Yeah, remember, Jeff, he got those off that 1-3-1 half-court trap, and they needed his bucket. Nice rebound.
Morgan with a big rebound, and he'll go to the free throw line.
To my knowledge, I think Morgan's played every minute this second half thus far, and the way they've been going up and down there, he's been hanging in there very well.
Well, I guess when you get down to the final 4 minutes, you dig for something a little extra in the state tournament.
Yeah, and they've got extra, too. Those young men are, what is he, listed 6'6", and he's still going up and down the floor just like he did earlier in the game.
Having a little tough time with that free throw.
Got to get a little bit more arch on. I even noticed his shot, his jump shot, could have just a little bit more arch.
Looking for point number 11 and trying to tie this game again.
There he had much better rotation, much better arch.
We are tied for the 10th time. Boy, what a game it's been. Down to 4:25 to play. That's in regulation. The way this thing is shaping up, we could have overtime. Roberts looking inside for Gary DeVries. Back to Flegner. On top to Beekman.
Randolph showing a little bit more patience this time down. Going to go for the better shot.
Inside, Roberts working. Back on top to Beekman. And blocked from behind by Stengel, but he'll pick up the foul.
Nice penetration by Beekman. He penetrates, gets hit from behind by Stengel.
Stengel's second personal foul. Beekman will shoot a pair.
I like the way Beekman works. A hard-working young man.
Six for 6 from the free throw line. And it's back to a 2-point lead for Randolph. 3:45 to play in regulation.
Randolph sticking with their man-to-man.
Morgan fired it, couldn't get it to go. Roberts with the rebound. Here comes Flegner for Randolph. Gets by Rawson, drives the lane. Back to DeVries, gets Stengel up in the air, drives, and can't get it to go, but he'll go to the free throw line.
There's 2 quick fouls on Stengel. Nice drive by DeVries. Stengel moves in to give some help and fouls.
So Gary DeVries, who's had a good ball game, has 16 points and looking for more, trying to widen that Randolph lead.
Lamb going out. Pickle coming back in, give him just a little bit more quickness.
Randy Hazelquist telling us that DeVries really had a good sectional for Randolph. But he missed both free throws, but Beekman gets the rebound, fires, got it.
That's what I was just telling you about Beekman. I like the way he works with a loose ball. He's around it, not afraid to put it up. Good the last 4 points, put them in the lead.
Big trip down for Southwestern. Rawson can't get it. Morgan the rebound, can't get the hoop. Pickle tried to get it. It'll stay with Southwestern.
They got the ball down low enough to Morgan and just didn't go in for him.
Stengel will inbound. Pickle underneath.
Nice inbound play. Pickle sneaking in there, and of course, the Rockets are concentrating on Big Morgan.
We're at the 3-minute mark. Pickle went for the steal. He picks up the foul. That'll send Kevin Flegner to the free throw line. Flegner, we talked about his sectional play. 40 points in the 2 sectional wins. And he was 20 of 24 at the free throw line in the sectionals. But he can't get that one to go down. Big rebound by Stengel. Southwestern with a chance to tie.
Big trip down the floor now each time. Big thing is get the shot you want. Stengel, move to the hoop. That's not a bad one you're looking for. Nice move. He is tough going to the basket. Very smooth.
We're tied for the 11th time. 2:35 to play. Rateris, Stengel on him. Flegner. Nice pass to Rateris.
Penetration, set it up again. Nice pass. Rateris nails the two.
Every trip down, oh so important now. Rawson looks to Morgan inside, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Gotta give Southwestern credit. The last 2 times down, they got the ball inside. Stengel off the drive, and this time a pass to Morgan.
And Randolph wants to talk things over. 2:09 to play. The Rockets clinging to a 2-point lead. Back for the final 2:09. But first, these messages from the people who sponsor our telecast statewide. This is your WIAA network station.
Ask the feed specialist at your Senex Land O'Lakes Cooperative about top-quality Land O'Lakes high-performance feeds for high-performance cows. He'll explain how the proper balance of Fresh Tran Plus with structural carbohydrates, Peak Phase 32-8, which includes high levels of added fat, and Condition Plus with Megalac can result in less body weight loss, shorter calving intervals, and improved milk production for your dairy cows. See your cooperative this week for a personalized dairy ration. We're here to work with you, the American dairy farmer.
My dad's a great guy. He's entertaining. And he's got a terrific sense of humor. Mom says he takes care of me in ways I don't even know about.
Life insurance from the rural companies. For all your tomorrows. We'll be there.
We've got a dandy going at the Fieldhouse in Madison. Randolph still making some nice opportunities, Larry.
I see the nice drive by Flegner and the dish off to Rateris for their 2 points last time down the floor.
And now the pressure squarely on the shoulders of Bill Morgan. 2 free throws here with a chance to tie the game with 2:09.
His last free throw had a nice rotation on. Let's see if he remembers how he did that. That looks a little bit better again.
His 12th point. Jim Nedelkoff, well, you'd think the game was just starting. He looks fairly calm, but I'm sure his guts are kind of eating away inside right now.
I know how that feels.
Stengel with the rebound. Southwestern has the lead.
Big basket by Stengel, sneaking in there from that second spot on the free throw line.
And the Wildcats, full court pressure. Flegner driving, can't get it underneath. He gets his own rebound, blocked by Morgan. Beekman drives, blocked again by Morgan. Roberts retrieves.
2 big blocks by Morgan in there.
We'll get a chance to look at that again.
See Randolph getting the ball and the foul.
And again, free throws will be oh so important here.
They've got to give Morgan a lot of credit for last time down. He was very dominant on the defensive end. Got a piece of 2 of his shots. Kept it alive. Just didn't knock it out of bounds either.
Kevin Patterson at the free throw line. And he can't get it. Morgan the rebound.
Last 2. Those hurt.
A 3-point lead for Southwestern. Rateris got it.
Nice penetration. It looked better than that. Real nice body control.
Patterson on top. Southwestern trying to hold on, and they want to talk things over. It's a 70-69 lead for the Wildcats, trying to knock off the #1 ranked team, Randolph. And boy, you couldn't ask for a better finish.
I think something that should be pointed out at this time, Jeff. Coach from Southwestern said that they'll go like Morgan goes, and Morgan was basically pretty quiet in the first half. All of a sudden, he's come alive, and Southwestern has the lead.
And you see the timeout situation. Randolph with 2, Southwestern with 1. That'll be a key factor as well. Here's a look at some of the defensive work that Southwestern's been doing inside, particularly Morgan.
You know, the penetration, here's that shot by Gutierrez up and in. Big basket for them. But you're right, Morgan has really done a job of fact both ends of the floor. But I think what's really hurt Randolph is Southwestern scoring their last 2 buckets off missed free throws.
And Morgan has been the key in that as well. He has 10 points in the fourth quarter. You were talking about they need to have him get going, and he's done just that.
All of a sudden, he's risen to the top, and he's going to be a factor even the last minute and 8 seconds. But Stengel, he did a nice job. The rebound player to Morgan, stepping in that lane, putting it back up for 2.
Well, let's see what Southwestern does after the timeout off the inbound. Morgan looking for someone to get the ball to. Now hands it off to Patterson.
Man-to-man by the Rockets. Put a lot of pressure on him. See a little control game put on by Southwestern. Here's where the free throws become important.
Stengel drives, and he'll go to the free throw line. Now remember that Randolph has shot the three-point shot very well. They have quite a few shooters who can hit the three, so even if Stengel were to make these 2 free throws, they'd still be very much alive with that three-point shot. Another timeout. Randolph wants to talk things over. If you're Randy Hazelquist, what are you talking over now? Your team down by 1. They could be down by 3. Are you going over different strategies in case the free throws are made and if they're not made?
Yeah, you go through all those kind of things, but I think the first thing he's going to emphasize is how they got their last 2 baskets, and that was off missed free throws. So he's got to talk about blocking, especially Morgan off the board. And then the situation, if you come down 3 down, maybe you're looking more for the 3-point play, or if nothing else, you're going to take an easy one early. But if you're down 2, then you're going to run your offense, make sure you get the ball where you want it, and get it in the hands of the shooter that you want. And he'll decide that in the timeout. Coaching takes over right now.
Free throw situation, you see a Southwestern 3 of 8, Randolph 5 of 8. That's a very important statistic heading down for this final 51 seconds of play. And Glenn Stengel will be trying to make it a 3-point lead for Southwestern. He's been the leader of this club all season long.
He's been playing with a lot of confidence right now, too, and I think he's glad he's on the line. Those good ball players, they want to be on the line. They're the guys that want to be up there.
Well, you saw him coming out of the huddle. His fists were in the air. He was shaking. He says, hey, let's go, guys.
Well, like I said earlier in the broadcast, Stengel started as a freshman. He's only a junior, but he's a veteran already. He's got 3 years under his belt.
Looking for his 25th point. Nothing to it.
Well, that's a biggie. You see what Southwestern is in now, coming down after either a 3-point lead or a 2-point lead.
And he missed the second one, so it's a 2-point game.
Well, it looks like they're going to be man-to-man.
Roberts to Rateris. Wildcats trailing by 2. Inside, Beekman. Kevin Beekman will go to the free throw line with a chance to tie this game.
That was that Casons I was talking about. They talked about, I'm sure, at the last time out. They come down 2 down, they're going to move the ball around, get it into, in the low block, or the Beekman in this case, and what happens, draw a foul.
Beekman has not missed from the free throw line. 7 for 7. Boy, what a guy to have on the free throw line for you. Hold on, folks. We're back to a tie game. 35 seconds to play. Southwestern with 1 timeout left.
You see Southwestern be pretty patient now, too. Maybe work it down.
Ball knocked away. It'll stay with the Wildcats. And now Jim Nedelkoff calls timeout. They'll set their strategy for the final 21 seconds. Okay, let's go into their huddle now. Jim Nedelkoff, what do you think he'd want to do?
Well, I think what he's got to be talking about is, number one, we've got 21 seconds left, and we want to make sure we get the last shot. So, number one, let's get the ball in on the inbound pass. And the second thing is, let's try to get it inside to Morgan or to Stengel.
Southwestern, no timeouts left. That could be a factor. I'm sure Randolph must be thinking, hey, let's see if we can steal this inbound or at least pressure the inbound.
You can see some pressure, but they got to be careful that they don't overdo it and foul also. You don't want to put them on the line.
All right, let's say Southwestern scores 8 or 9 seconds left. If you're Randolph, do you call a timeout? A lot of coaches like to just get the ball up court as quickly as they can.
It depends what the situation. If they get it out of there pretty quick, he probably won't call a timeout or look for a mismatch. Otherwise, if Southwestern gets back on defense, he probably will come down and set up some last-second shot.
I'd imagine if you're Southwestern, ideally you want to have that shot go up around the 7-6 second mark so you get a chance for an offensive rebound.
Yeah, you want to get a chance to rebound, but you got to be careful too that you don't want to foul on that either.
All right, the final 21 seconds of play. Stengel will inbound the ball. And right away, Morgan is fouled. 2 ticks off the clock. Bill Morgan goes to the free throw line.
I was going to mention that usually they're out of bounds play from the side. Does go into Morgan.
And now Randy Hazelquist will take his final timeout, try and ice Bill Morgan at the free throw line a bit and talk over his strategy.
Well, that's part of the strategy is to make Morgan think about it. Plus, he can set up now what happens on a made or a miss, what they're going to do. See the inbound pass to Morgan and the foul.
Well, we mentioned Bill Morgan. He has been really the key here in the fourth quarter for Southwestern. 10 points in the fourth quarter.
Well, just thinking back to his last couple free throws, if he gets the ball up, he gets a good rotation, he looks good on it, and he does score off it. A couple times, I've just seen him without following through, and consequently, you'll see when he misses, it's going to be short.
Well, Bayfield and Greenwood will have a tough act to follow. This one has been a great ball game, but that Class C semifinal game will follow immediately after this one. Bob Roars and Jerry Pettigrew will be calling the play-by-play action of that one, but right now we're getting set for the final 19 seconds here. From start to finish, it has just been a wonderful ball game to watch. Both teams have taken care of the basketball and have shot well.
You know, 19 seconds is a lot of time left, Gus, the way these guys play. Really, it is. Big free throws.
You see 2 for 4 from the line, looking for point number 15. And the first one is the big one.
Yep, that was the big one.
Morgan is cool and calm so far at the free throw line. And the second one is no good. Randolph with a chance to lead. Down to 13 to go.
They're going to be careful they don't foul him too, but they don't want to give up the easy shot either.
Gutierrez to Beekman. Down to 5. Roberts fires. Can't get it.
Big rebound. That's the ball game.
Southwestern has hung on and upset the number 1 ranked Randolph Rockets. And boy, are they happy on the court.
It's a super ball game. See, coach is really excited. 34 years, he's finally down here.
Southwestern will move into the finals. Jim Nedelkoff, a happy man right now. We'll take a break and talk to winning coach Jim Nedelkoff. But first, these messages. This is your WIAA network station.
Get ready for more power. Magnum power. Magnum means more. More from totally new, bigger engines with 8% more displacement than the leading competitor. Delivering from 130 to 195 PTO horsepower. New engines, plus new cabs and a power shift transmission. All Magnum. Magnum tractors. Tractors that will do more for you.
See these area Case IH dealers.
Hi, I'm Ron Harrington, here at our Lakeland factory in Greenbush, where we manufacture many styles of quality truck caps and sell them to you at factory direct prices. Choose from caps featuring opera windows for good look and better visibility, screen side windows for good ventilation, fiberglass mounting rails for a stronger, better seal, and all of these features for only $359. Call our toll-free number or shop our Greenbush factory or Madison factory outlet. Lakeland Sports Center, where you can buy factory direct.
What a game we've had here at the Fieldhouse in Madison. Southwestern, a 72-71 win. Here's the final 10 seconds of the game.
Randolph comes down. They don't have any timeouts yet. They move the ball around. Get over to Robert's hand. Robert makes a nice fake. Now he has to take a little bit of an off-balance shot. Doesn't get quite up on the glass enough, and a big rebound by Morgan.
A nice job defensively by Southwestern in those final seconds.
Good, nice job.
And Southwestern now advances to the Class C final, and standing by at courtside is a guy with a very happy man right now, Dwayne Mosley and Jim Nedelkoff. Dwayne?
All right, thanks a lot, Jeff and Larry. Congratulations, Coach. Two clubs played as hard as they could possibly play, and it's a one-point difference.
They really came out the second half with great intensity. But they've played that way ever since the tournament series started. And they were losing the goose when the game started, really, but we didn't go inside early, but late in the game we went inside, and I think that was the difference.
You know, at halftime, Randolph hits the three-point shot to go down 39-31, up by 8, and take all that momentum with them in at halftime. What were you telling the troops at that point?
Well, they could psych you out, but all we said, we got to go inside. We can get back in the ball game. We didn't go inside in the first half. We, sort of scrambled a little bit. We made a few outside shots, and we thought we could do that all night. We got to go inside with our ball club.
You had said prior to this game that you would feel comfortable keeping this thing in the 50s, and here it turns out to get into the 70s. Any surprise from you at that?
Well, I'm a little bit surprised at our offense, really, because we normally don't score that many points, but they just played hard, that's all.
And now you get the winner of the next game coming up, and you get a chance to go sit in the stands and scout it and have a good time doing that.
That's what we're going to do. I haven't seen either one of them play, and I don't know anything about them. So I'll have the coaches scout them, and I'll watch a little, too.
Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That's Jim Nedelkoff from Southwestern Hazel Green High School. An outstanding opener. Congratulations to the Randolph bunch. Tough to come in here unbeaten and lose by only one. Boy, they are winners also. I'd like to send it back over to Jeff and Larry.
All right, thank you very much, Dwayne. The statistics bear out what a close game this really was. Just a well-played basketball game. 53% from the field for Southwestern, 48 for Randolph. And the turnovers, Larry, I mean, you play a whole game in high school basketball with just 16 turnovers between two teams. You must be doing something right.
And I think Southwestern, especially with only 6 turnovers with the pressure that Randolph was putting on them. And I thought a big key was, as Coach said, is they went inside down the stretch, and that was a key for them.
Now, we mentioned Morgan. He had just, I believe, 2 points in the first half, but he finished the night with 15 points. And there you see it. And Stengel with 25 for Southwestern. Beekman and Gary DeVries leading Randolph. But again, just another well-played basketball. It's a shame someone has to lose a game like this.
Yeah, looking at the leading scorers, it is ironic that both leading scorers for each team were inside people.
All right, we've got more basketball coming up. Bayfield about set to play Greenwood. More basketball coming up. Dwayne's coming back with more halftime activities in minutes. But first, these messages. This is your WIAA network station.
Get ready for more power. Magnum power. Magnum means more. More from totally new, bigger engines with 8% more displacement than the leading competitor. Delivering from 130 to 195 PTO